Time to do an update on the fall garden. Let's see if everything came up. First thing we planted was the collard greens. Hadn't really got any real cold weather on them yet, so they're not quite as sweet as they should be. Right on the other side of the collards is the mustard green. Now, I've been cutting in these a good bit, mostly feeding the worms. Here we have the lettuce, 3 different kinds, Paris, White Cross, the Ruby Red, and the Green Tower, Romaine. Swiss chard. Oh, all those bugs you're seeing, that's all ladybugs. So if somebody tells you got to be organic to have ladybugs, tell them to watch this video. The broccoli. Just starting to put heads on. This one's about 3 inches across, I guess. When the broccoli were real small, I had a little rabbit coming around and eating them. So in the skips, I planted a few hills of potatoes. At the end of this first row is the cauliflower. The second row is the cabbage. It's starting to put on some heads. They're still small right now, but they'll get bigger. The spinach really took off. And boy, is it good in the salad. Remember these? They look like a World War II mine, but they're pretty good. That's the kohlrabi. Cut them up and put them in a pork gravy. Oh, that's good. It's time to harvest these beets before they get too big. Got a little grass in there, but it didn't seem to hurt them. At the end of this row, we have our carrots. They're planted way too thick, but I'm just too lazy to thin them out. Everything here was seeded directly in the garden. I didn't start any little plants. I just planted the seed. About the only thing I really thinned out was naturally the broccoli, cauliflower, the beets, and of course the cabbage. This is the compost pile that I've been working with this year. You can see I got a good bit left. I might add some to the tomato and pepper row next year, this spring. I got an old bale of hay from the neighbor, which is mostly straw. I think I'll use that to start my next pile. I only planted a couple of fall tomatoes. Boy, that's all I'll need because they are loaded down. We've already had several light frosts, and it didn't seem to bother them. Now, somebody told me if the frost catches me, I can pick these tomatoes green, wrap them up in newspaper, and they'll ripen. I think I'll try it. Pretty nice tomato. I'd say it goes a little over a pound at least. Over here we have the 2 rows of lima beans and butter beans. Now these were planted in the spring. It got really hot early in the year, so I didn't make anything. But they survived all year long, and now they're putting on pods. This is a little frost damage. Apparently they're more sensitive than the tomatoes are. I'm hoping we have enough time for the pods to fill out before the real cold weather sets in, but I doubt it. This is my second crop of volunteer purple hull peas, and they got some frost damage too. These are the okra that I left for seed. I've already harvested an 18-gallon container of dried pods, which, believe me, is plenty. One more thing to show you. I'm giving the container-grown potatoes another try. Now that it's cooled off a little bit, I think they'll do all right. I'm going inside now and wrap up my tomato with newspaper. Hope you enjoyed, and lâche pas.